there, but on the case, some people's feelings get hurt when you bring up strikeouts.
Well, all right. I don't think you've ever struck out 70 times in 1
I
year.
think I got, what did I get to last year? 30. Did I strike out 30 times last year?
That's not 70.
Maybe it was 25. I don't know. It's somewhere in there. But,
I mean, striking out's not bad. It's going to happen. But
oh yeah.
and what? You're hitting for power. You're in the 4-hole. That's normal. If
Yeah.
I'm in the 2-hole or if I'm in the 8 and 9
True.
hole and I'm striking out 70 times, probably shouldn't be on the field. Like, I'm obviously doing something wrong.
I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 8. Yes, this time it is episode 8. To the college baseball experience, the dorm room discussion. As you guys know, I'm Coach Dirt. Welcome back to my dorm room here in lovely Bradford, Pennsylvania. And we got a good story today. I got a good feeling this is going to be a good story. Out of Keswick, or Keswick. I screwed it up, man. But he's from St. Petersburg, Florida. Sophomore catcher, Noah Avey. Woo! Noah, welcome to the podcast.
Thank
and
you.
I apologize about
It's all right.
the high school.
It's not a big deal.
I practiced it so hard. How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Bradford's actually nice for once.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was going to be cold today. It was nice 66.
Yeah, heating up. Oh, man, I can't speak either today. It's going to be an interesting one. So, Noah, you got a really good story, I think. At least, like, I've heard the outlook of it, the overview of it. And I'm hoping to dive into a couple details. But as I said, you are from Florida.
Yes.
So you didn't come here first because you're a sophomore.
Yeah.
You went to a different college, which was Geneva College. But like, how do you end up in Western PA from St. Petersburg, Florida?
Well, in high school, early on, I really didn't get a chance to catch. Freshman, sophomore year, you aren't really going to be getting a whole lot of playing time to begin with.
Down in Florida, too.
Yeah. So I was in a small private school, but in Florida, a lot of private schools are pretty good.
Mhm.
Like, we have good players. So I was behind 2 really good catchers. I'm pretty sure, well, one of them was going to be going D2, but then he quit because of the coach. And the other one, I believe, went either NAIA or D3. So both went to college, both good baseball players. But so I got most of my playing time junior year and senior year. But another catcher came in, and my coach liked him more than me. So I played first base and DH my junior and senior year. But I just loved catching so much. Like, I didn't think about doing anything else in college except playing baseball and catching. So really, the reason that I came to PA was because Geneva, the first school I was at, originally said that I was going to be catching and I was going to be a good, decent playing time catching in their program, because they only had one other catcher that was, now he's a junior, but he was a sophomore last year when I was there. So I was expecting to split time with him because we were the only 2 catchers on the team.
Naturally.
That didn't happen. So I still played. I played a pretty good amount, but I don't know, it just didn't feel like the right school for me, both academically and within the organization. So I met Colin Porter, who's now my roommate and also transferred in with me.
Yep.
He knew about Pitt Bradford because
it was right down the road.
And Coach Foster had originally recruited him out of high school. I don't know why he chose Geneva, but I'm glad he did, because I met him and he told me about that he was planning on transferring, and I'm now transferred with him. So all around, I had a good experience, but I'm glad that I'm here.
So how did Geneva find you? Like, what was, because that you just don't accidentally run into a kid from St. Petersburg, Florida, while being a Western PA school. So, like, what were steps that you took to get your name out there, get the video out there, and what kind of contact was made from Geneva?
So a lot of my video, at least catching wise, came from fall ball and summer. I had to go out and find a team instead of play with my high school, because my coach still coached those teams. So he loved the other kid that was catching. I don't know, just a whole bunch of stuff. Um, so whenever I would go out tournaments, obviously I wasn't old enough to drive myself at that point, like sophomore, beginning of like summer of junior year. Um, and also my dad just loved going to
Yeah.
tournaments. So he would come, he would video my catching, my throwdowns, everything like that, and I would post them on Field Level, a recruiting website, and that's how Geneva originally found me. Geneva and a few other schools. So I went to camps for I think every other school except Geneva. I didn't even know the name of Geneva. They were messaging me. They didn't even tell me the name of the school. Um, if they did, I wasn't aware of it. I might have just forgotten. But they were definitely top three because of how much they had pursued trying to recruit me, which was a big thing in my book. Like if I'm constantly trying to text you and
I'm not getting a response.
Yeah, not get a response, or even like you text me like 2 times a year. I don't know. It just
you want to know that you're loved,
that I'm important, that I'm going to be important to the program. And one school was like that in the beginning. I went to a camp. I thought I did pretty good. Threw out like 3 runners in like a 5-inning game. I got like 2 for 3 or something like that. Single. I think I stole a base. Like I did overall well. Ghosted me after the camp because I was too small, which my entire life I have been. So, can't do anything about it. Geneva, I never went to see their college or camp.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah, I had never gone to Geneva. I did an online like view of the campus because whole COVID thing. All the campuses have that now. Yeah. Well, yeah. So
that's a good point. I didn't think.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was my.
So you graduated in high school in
2022. So 2020, I would be the end of my sophomore year.
Yeah.
So that was right when I was getting into the recruiting process.
Yeah.
Because at first, me and my dad never knew like what to do.
Oh, no one does, and that's kind of why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Help the high schoolers out.
Yeah.
Show them what some experience is like.
Yeah. All right, got a little off track. Geneva recruited me off Field Level, all that. Never went. Another school ghosted me, and then so it was between 2 schools at the time. They both were texting me constantly.
Which 2?
Clark Summit and Geneva. Clark Summit. Their program just, I don't know, it didn't seem to me like I would thrive and like actually get better at baseball there. Yeah, so it didn't, that's why I really didn't fit with what he was all saying. Their entire message and everything and like all of that was great. I loved it all, but just the program itself and like all of that, it just didn't seem like it was a fit for me. Geneva, they were talking about playing time. They were talking about like, it was also a Christian college. My whole family grew up Christian, so it seemed like a great fit for me. And I thought at the beginning it was, but throughout the season and throughout like even fall ball and all that stuff, I wasn't growing as a baseball player, which is really what kind of separated me from most of my peers, to be honest, because most of the people at Geneva, or at least some of the new freshmen, I won't say most people because a lot of them did work hard and actually tried to get better, but there wasn't a lot of organized trying to get better, if that makes sense.
I gotcha.
Like as a team. So it was a lot of individually getting better.
Yep.
And I feel like you can only get so far individually since it's 9 to 10 people out on the field at a time and you need all of them to work in unison.
Yeah.
You need to be able to work together to get better and farther than what you could do solo. So, and that wasn't happening. So.
I gotcha. Yeah. So something that I've loved to watch you see is you've raked, our fall ball's now over. our viewers, if they've watched consistently, kind of heard the process of us going through our fall ball. But our fall ball ended, and holy crap, dude! Can you hit a freaking baseball, man?
Thank you.
He's a lefty bat too, so it's even sweeter.
Lefty bat, righty
Um,
arm.
I think you got some extreme power to the pull side, and then you can spray this. You spray the ball around the yard. Um, so what makes you so well that you can drive the ball to like literally all fields?
Well, from out like a middle-ish age of
Mm-hmm.
baseball years, like 12, 13. As I said before, I was small. I was never big. I was always the
Mm-hmm.
smallest, weakest. But to make up for that, I was always the hardest working. So coaches would see that and obviously see that I'm not big. I wasn't strong. Now it's kind of changed a little bit. I've kind of just a little bit
I can
like
only imagine what you were 2 years ago looking at you now.
I was 160. I'm now almost 190. So
Ah,
it was yeah.
good one.
It's been a grind, but it was definitely worth it. But from a young age, they were trying to teach me to be able to do that, to be able to hit everywhere because I wasn't going to hit a baseball out.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to be able to hit a baseball to the fence unless it was like in the gap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So from a young age, they had me hitting off the tee, oppo a lot because pull side's easy. You can hit a baseball pull. Let me rephrase that. Pull side is easier than oppo.
Yeah, I totally
Hitting a
agree.
baseball is not easy, but
Yes.
hitting it pull side is way easier than hitting it oppo. So when you're hitting it off the tee and you're able to consistently hit it that way, especially at a young age, it's going to show in game. The next thing they'd have me do was be able to, like off of soft toss or overhand, be able to do it. And then when I got older, like 16, 17, they would try and have me hit it specifically pop up, line drive, ground ball in between there to the oppo, even middle, and then pull side. I still don't think I could do it on command yet. I'm still trying. It's very difficult, but I got better at it. I could most of the time hit line drives when I wanted to. But I feel like that kind of set me apart in that aspect.
Yeah.
Being able to hit the ball everywhere, which also kind of relates 7% that play college baseball. You kind of have to set yourself apart to be able to go and play baseball.
Yeah.
At any level. And it's just you eventually have to have that skill set to be able to hit all across the field. So it was kind of like from a young age, I'm glad they
your dad taught you how to do it all.
Yeah.
Your dad, your coach.
I mean, it was mostly my dad because my coaches, at least when I was young, it was all about launch angle. Everybody hit a home run.
That young?
In Florida.
Oh, no, I forgot.
In Florida, it was all about
forgot you.
Everyone's got to hit a home run, or at least where I was from. I was in a hitting clinic. I don't know if they're still around, but Stance Doctor in Florida at the age of like 10 to 12 range. I was getting lessons from them. First thing they were teaching me was launch angle, even though I was about yay high, like a twig.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't going to be able to hit that ball out. I could hit the ball. I could hit the ball well for contact. I'd never struck out a lot.
Yeah.
But if I got lucky, I could probably hit one out. But
got that perfect middle in.
Perfect, like
on time for that 88 mile an hour heater. Perfect, didn't miss it type deal. Yeah. But that's kind of how I was taught to.
Yeah.
Or spray the ball across the field, and then when I got to like a junior in high school, my travel ball coach was like, "Look, man, you're batting for. Let's learn how to hit for power." And then after like I knew how to hit at least, he taught me the launch angle aspect and where you want to be and all that stuff. But I can't believe they're teaching.
Yeah, and with that, after stance doctor. So my dad kind of like was like, all right, we can like check it out for a little bit because he wasn't very fond of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually we were like, all right, no, this isn't working. So stop that. He continued to try and teach me, like looking up videos and stuff like that. Taught me well. The first time that I was told to hit for power was last year at Geneva because that was the first time I had ever hit 4-hole.
That's wild.
And
You are not a typical 4-hole hitter.
No, I'm not. Which I'm not very comfortable in the 4-hole either.
Yeah,
Like I'm fine hitting earlier in the lineup or later in the lineup.
1, 2, 8, 9 type of guy.
Yeah, like I don't strike out much. I try and just hit the ball and play and do a job. But last year I was able to hit the ball pretty far, but it was always caught. Like it was always it was high pop flies to the wall. Like it was just that little bit that something was off that I wasn't able to get it over the fence.
Mm-hmm.
Which it sucked, but it also pushed me more to try and put on more weight and be able to do that.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know. My mindset is just I would love to be able to hit home runs. I'm gonna obviously try and hit a home run. Like it's not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna hit a ground ball every time.
Yeah.
But
if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, my job is to put a baseball in play and make them make plays. I'm not trying to strike out 70 times in a year and hit 5 home runs. That's
easy there, but on the case, some people's feelings get hurt when you bring up strikeouts.
Well, all right. I don't think you've ever struck out 70 times in 1 year.
I got, what did I get to last year? 30? Did I strike out 30 times last year?
That's not 70.
Maybe it was 25. I don't know. It's somewhere in there.
But I mean, striking out's not bad. It's going to happen. But
oh, yeah.
And what? You're hitting for power. You're in the 4-hole. That's normal. Yeah. If I'm in the 2-hole or if I'm in the 8 and 9 hole and I'm striking out 70 times, probably shouldn't be on the field. Like, I'm obviously doing something wrong.
I gotcha. So you brought up the videos. Your dad showed you videos. Now or back then, what hitters did you like to watch?
So back then, the recent people I was watching were people like Troy Tulowitzki, Kevin Pillar, because they could still hit home runs, but they
were contact.
They were contact guys. Yeah. I would also watch Bautista, Josh Donaldson. I love those guys. Those are my favorite, like 2015, 2016 favorite team, like together of all time. But like I would try and
forgot Tulowitzki was on that team. And
Tulowitzki, Snow, Chris Colabello. Yeah. So my dad's from Canada. He grew up in Canada, so that's why I watched the Blue Jays as a child.
Yeah.
But I would kind of try and like mix them together. I would try and kind of take a little bit from Bautista, take a little bit from Josh Donaldson, because I can still have the aspects of a power swing even when I'm small, because then you'll get more power.
Yeah.
But you still need to realize, like, I'm a contact hitter. Like, I feel like one day I'll be able to hit nukes consistently, especially with this amount of size that I'm putting on. But I'm kind of in the mid-range of like, I'm going to be hitting balls to the wall, but I'm not going to be hitting them out. Yeah, for doubles and triples and stuff like that. Yeah, like I'm getting on base to get in scoring position rather than score everyone on the base.
Let Ev drive you in and make your life a lot easier.
Yeah. I mean, if I can drive someone else in, that's great. But I'm there to get a run in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. So like guys like Kevin Pillar, like what did you like about Pillar? Or what did you take away from Pillar?
Pillar, or from what I remember watching, first of all, his defense, even though I was a catcher,
stellar.
Like I remember the first play that I can remember in my head is him scaling the left field wall for a robbing home run. That is the first play, I think, other than maybe like a Buster Posey catching or Russell Martin as well. I watched Russell Martin a lot because I love the Blue Jays. I was turning into a catcher at that point, like because young, I was kind of playing every position. I loved catching at that point, so I was kind of watching him a lot.
That's when Posey was.
Yeah, exactly. That's when he was taking off. Yeah, so I was watching those two guys heavily, especially for catching. But Pillar for hitting, I was watching because first of all, he's so fast. Like, he's not the fastest guy, but he can beat out an infield ground ball.
Yeah.
So kind of put in the mindset that anything can be a hit, first of all. So it also gave me that realization that you can't stop running until you look at that umpire and he tells you to go back to the dugout. Like, you need to be running as fast as you can all the time. It doesn't matter where the ball's hit. It could be an infield pop fly and you could be on second base and it would be safe.
Yeah.
So, like, and then he was also the single guy. He'd hit singles all the time, just over the second baseman, just over the shortstop, just right up the middle, ground ball, like amazing contact single hitter. And with that, it kind of showed me as well, you don't need to be able to hit home runs all the time to be in a lineup. Yeah. Like, he hit home runs. Don't get me wrong. He was able to hit the ball out. But
10, 11 a year?
Yeah. But
he's batting 295 to 305.
Yeah, but you don't need to be Josh Donaldson hitting 40 home runs the year that he's hitting 11. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That'd be great. That's what I'm striving for. I'm striving to hit better and farther and more consistently. But sometimes you just got to realize, like, when you're not there yet, to be able to do what you're doing is, first of all, not a lot of people can do it because they can't mentally handle being able to just play like kind of like the small ball singles all day, doubles all day. Like, they always want to try and hit a home run because that's what makes them think that they're a good baseball player.
Yeah. It's the cool thing.
Yeah, it's like, that's the thing. Like, that's like Aaron Judge, all those people. They're hitting
Adolis Garcia the last week.
Like, yeah, that's awesome. They're hitting those. And I'm not saying that that's bad. I'm saying like that's amazing. You need those guys, but not everybody is that guy.
In the words of Travis Kelce, know your role and shut your mouth, you jabroni. But no, you 100% correct there, Noah. You want to take us, so something that I always had pride in was my cage routine. Not for a game day, but more of a practice style, what do I want to say, environment. I had two different ones, whether I wanted to work on driving a ball to the opposite field or if I'm trying to feel my power around one day. So I don't know if you do or not, since sadly we've never played together.
Yeah.
Which would have been a blast last year. But do you have a cage routine? And if you do, you want to take us through that?
Yeah. So more recently, first off, last year, I wasn't a huge fan of the tee. I mean, I was hitting pretty good. I thought my swing was nice, so I was just working on trying to get contact all the time. I very disliked the fact that I had that view last year because I feel like a lot of tee work last year would have helped me be able to hit better in the first place. And it's a good warm-up. Like, if I'm going straight to soft toss, I'm going to try and pull every baseball because I want to. It's like basically a feel-good round. Like, I want to be able to, like, I want it to feel nice and like feel good off the bat.
Yeah.
So right now I'm doing start instantly, tee in the middle, get my warm-up swings in, try and hit it right up the middle. I'd probably do that for 10, 15 swings. Take like a 20-second break, or if someone else needs to get in, I'll let them go.
Yeah.
But if I'm hitting by myself, like 20-second break, like listen to music, change the music or whatever. Outside, same thing, 10, 15 swings. If I don't like what I did in those 10 to 15 swings for oppo, I'll do more and I will try and get consistent, good contact. Up the middle, I'm not as worried because those are just my warm-up.
Yeah.
And then I'll go inside for probably 5 to 10 because it's more of just like a feeling your swing type of thing rather than actually working on driving it, because you're going to be able to, it's going to be more natural than trying to hit the ball opposite to you. So then after that, if I have someone able to throw to me, I don't like soft toss, so I'll have them throw overhand to me.
When you say soft toss, you mean front toss?
Underhand, yeah, sorry. Okay. Underhand, yeah. Overhand I call BP, underhand I call soft toss.
Because there's the drill where you stand next to
him. Yeah, you stand next to him. Yeah.
Just want to make sure I knew what you
for clarification, yeah. So I'll have them throw me BP. I don't know. I never liked the lob it in there because I don't know. I just don't like it. I feel like, I mean, for some guys it works. For me, I just don't think
Yeah,
it
I
works
got you.
because, like,
Going on a line.
yeah, I want it to like be able to see the baseball more rather than just kind of swing and hope that I hit it perfect. Because if you don't hit it perfect, it's going straight up or it's going straight down. Which, I mean, that's probably good for barrel control, but I also feel like on a line you still got to have barrel
It's a
control.
little more realistic.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll go to machine.
Good old hack, baby.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of machine, but it's the only thing that can simulate faster pitching.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably go 3-4 rounds. If I'm pressed for time, I'll do 1 to 2, but I try not to be, so I'll probably do 3 to 4 rounds of that.
Have you like hit consistently off a machine before coming here? Because that's something like here we do. Like that's the big thing we do here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Coach preaches a lot. Jake preaches it a lot too. Um, I will say this: I hate I hate that sucker, dude.
I hate it
But
because
God dang it, gosh darn it, man! I never felt like I was more prepared to hit a high velo fastball in my life than seeing that hack attack pump 92-mile-an-hour sinkers at me,
I was about to say
and then
I
I
would
go see 86 and it looks like
I'd love it.
75.
I'd love it so much more if it would be able to throw a consistent fastball
Yeah.
or at least do something consistent.
Mm-hmm.
But like for today, for example, I was given another player feeds, and it was like some of them were rising, some of them were doing that, but it was like pretty consistently fastballs.
Yeah.
I get up, first 3 of them are change-ups, like 5 to 6 miles an hour slower than what I was just seeing off of that.
Getting this.
I swung at 2 of them. I like fouled them off, and I was like, all right, hold on, let me see one. Fastball. I'm like, great, my one fastball. Then change up. I'm like, come on, I want to be able to hit. That's why I don't like the machine. But to answer your question, no, I have not hit off a machine consistently. I've caught off a machine consistently, doing drills for receiving or blocking or anything like that. But I've also never done it high velo, which is probably, I like it. I'm really glad that we do it here because I've never done it before. So it kind of like brings more diversity of what I'm able to do.
The one time the machine that has helped me, because when I faced the hack attack last year, my goal was to be early. I'm like, my foot's gonna be down. I'm gonna be ready to hit before like the arm's like coming down and releasing the ball. And the one time I can remember that I actually did that in a game was against St. John's in Florida. Shout out Noah for Florida. Uh, kids pumping like 88, 89, dicing our lineup. He blows 2 heaters by me. I'm just in the box. I missed it. I missed my fastballs. Look down at coach. She's like, sounds good, coach. All right, time to drive this run in because Maxwell's on second base. And I'm like, be early, be early, be early. The second that kid's leg went up, I loaded. I'm like, you can't beat me now. At worst, I'm fouling this thing off. And then I went ass out, barrel out, and hit a single and scored a run. Nice. That's like the one time like I can like always remember like if I didn't hit the hack attack, he blows that fastball by me again.
Absolutely.
And so I will say, as terrible as it is to hit off of, it prepares you pretty well to see that velo. And I think the lower velos, if you
can hit the hack attack fastball, you can hit a slower fastball.
Yeah.
Like it's just the only problem I have with that is seeing it out of an arm and a machine are 2 very different things.
Yeah.
Which is my problem with it. Like I don't know. It simulates a fastball, but that's exactly what it is. It is simulating it. It isn't actually a fastball. So it's like I would rather see a pitcher that I have no idea where the ball is going than a machine where I know exactly where the ball is going. We were talking about it earlier. I don't think I don't hit better when I know what pitch is coming. I hit better when I just don't think and react.
So nailed it. Shout out to Chaz McCormick's back knee because that hurt, looked like that hurt. 104 off his back knee from Chapman. That hurts. All right, so good episode, man. You know how to talk, and I like it. The less I have to say, the better the episodes go. So, Noah, who do you think? I haven't done this in a while. Who do you think is next on the college baseball experience? Colin Porter. You just want him on here. Best friend. I'm cool with that.
He said something about it.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he said something about it because he said he thought he'd be interesting, and also was the reason I'm here.
You know what we should have done? Have both of you here. Should have pulled the couch out, get the casting couch out here, you and Colin together. That would have been.
We do have two very different stories, but we did come from the same place last year.
That would have been a good one. Pitcher catcher relationship.
That is true.
All right, I'm gonna do my best to get Colin on here at some point. Then, no, I appreciate you taking some time out of your busy schedule, sitting down with me, talking ball. That is episode. Wait, what is it? 8 of the college baseball experience, the dorm room discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, like, subscribe, comment questions, comment whatever you want. Noah's stuff will be in the description, and by stuff I mean his IG. Get him his notice. My stuff will also be in the description. Coach Dirt on TikTok and Instagram. Go follow. He follows. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. That's episode 8 of the college baseball experience. I will see you next time. Thanks, man.